Hey everybody, welcome to the 1804 show. I'm your host, Dollar Will, and this is episode 51. You know how we do it, drinking a cup, black over here, just chilling, and just want to say thank y'all for tuning in to last episode. Had a good time. Still no glasses, so I gotta sit in front of the camera to see. So we finna get this episode popping. Thank you to all my supporters, all my viewers, fans, everybody. I couldn't be where I'm at without you guys. So, but yeah, we finna get her in here. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Oh, you look marvelous.
Thank you. Don't geek me up.
Hey, I'm serious, shoot. I've been kind of woofing it for a little bit. You know, I want the shade to be crispy, so I'm kind of like woofing it a little bit. So,
But it still look like it's together though.
Looks can be deceiving, because I just cut some of this off, so I won't be looking like I need 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? But so, how you doing?
I'm actually doing pretty good right now.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Actually, pretty good.
Yeah, that's great to hear. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
But you know, I gotta show you the 1804 hospitality. You know, gotta treat my guests like they're celebrities and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna really be. Oh, no problem. But I'm not gonna really be doing much of the talking. So I'm gonna just pretty much, you know, let you pretty much express yourself, and you can start by introducing yourself, giving my viewers a little about yourself and your hobbies and little stuff like that.
Okay. Well, my name is Robreon, but I go by Yellow Rod. So, really about me is all I do is work. I try to stay out the way, you know, not try to get in too much shit, and basically just live my life, go through all I go through, and just try to handle it the best way I can.
Okay. So, what do you like to do besides go to work and stay out the way?
Literally just be with my friends and just, you know, try to hang out as much as I can with the people that I love and stuff like that. I don't really like to do too much because it ain't too much to do down here anyway. For real. In Saginaw, it ain't too much to do. So I try to like take trips and get on up out of here.
I feel that. Me too. I really don't do that much traveling since the pandemic or whatever, but I love to travel. There's nothing like it, you know, just getting away and seeing different things. You know, I don't care if it's Detroit. Something just when you're out of Saginaw for a minute, it just feels good. It's therapeutic.
It literally is, I swear to God, because I promise you, whenever I go out of town or I go somewhere, it literally just like a breath of fresh air. Because it ain't nothing too much here, for real.
Yeah, that's true, but I'm going to change all that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, I hope you do.
Yeah, somebody got to, because it's just people, all they want to do is leave, but they don't want to fix nothing. They don't want to pretty much help and try to save and everything, because when you have somebody that's taking initiative, like my homeboy Hayes, he gets crucified and persecuted because he want to keep the neighborhoods clean, and which I don't think that's it's preposterous at all. I think it's it's common sense, because we have to live in our communities, and nobody wants
Yeah.
to, you know what I'm saying, be walking around in debris and a whole bunch of scraps all day. If, you know, how we going to, you know, want a kid to go to college and stuff like that.
No, I don't know chicken dad.
Oh, it's all good. Shoot, it's helping the episode. It's cool.
Yeah, it's real life. But no, like what I want to do is like one of my biggest goals is to open up an at risk like youth program. Like that's one of my biggest things that I want to do is, I lost my sister to the streets and stuff like that. So I want to open up something to give something like the youth to look up to. Like after school you can have somewhere to go. You can have something to do, and stuff like that. Because that's why half these times, like these youth, they get so caught up in stuff just because it ain't nothing else to do.
Hmm.
It ain't nothing to do. So, and like that's literally like my biggest goal is to do that.
Yeah. And again, I'm so sorry about your loved one and everything like that. And I know like a lot of people focus on how a person died, but they don't really focus on how the person lived. And
hmm
so, what was she like?
My sister was one of the most bubbliest people you could ever meet. Like literally, if you ever met Leah, like you would know that she just had something that was magnetic to her. Like she attracted people to her. Like literally, like from the first day I met my little sister, like as her being a baby, I knew she was gonna be a problem. I knew that it was gonna be something. And that was my baby.
Yeah, and it's so crazy that you said that, because I'm the youngest, so I probably was a problem. I probably was like a burden and all that, because I wasn't supposed to have been born. To be honest with you, um, it was like I had explained it a couple episodes ago, but pretty much my sister was just like, man, dang, another one and all that. Right, because she had to watch me. I had to go everywhere she went and all that shit,
Yeah.
and my sister was just mad. Like she was just like, man, I'm sick of you. But
That's how you when you the oldest, I feel like it is because Leah was the second, like under me. And so it just was like, damn, y'all coming home with a baby? I can't believe it. Like I gotta take this girl with me and do all this shit. Like that was crazy to me, but I ended up loving that girl more than I love myself.
hmm it's just something about, especially like little girls and stuff like that. Because when my first niece was born, my oldest niece, she was so adorable. Like I was just so overprotective of her, and I took the role as an uncle very seriously. I got her name tatted on me before my sister did, and my sister was like, "Oh, you acting like this your daughter?" I'm like, "It is now," you know.
Man, that's how I be though.
But yeah, like I said, I can't imagine, um, what you went through, because it's different degrees. with losing somebody, and everybody always talking about time heals all wounds, but it never does. It just you figure out how to deal with it.
Yeah, I feel like it's like I ain't gonna lie to you. Like when my sister passed away, I lost my mind. Like I literally went insane. Like I literally because I hadn't lost nobody like that. Like I hadn't lost somebody that.
Okay, it froze, so we'll try to get her back if the screen cuts off. Okay, we'll get her back. Let's see. Hope everybody enjoying the episode so far. Okay, we're gonna bring her back. But yeah, I just, like I said, I just thank everybody who support me. If y'all want to donate to the Cash App, the link will be in the comments. So, show me some love. We go get her back. But yeah, I just can't stress enough about, doing healing and everything for yourself, because, we expect everybody to save us, and everybody can't save you from certain things. Sometimes you got to save yourself. But we go get her back. While you wait for somebody to come help you and stuff like that, you're going to be waiting forever. We're going to get her back. I think this is going to be a great episode. What you guys think? I'll figure this out. It's weird, like my internet been crazy. Okay, we just gonna wait for her to come back. This episode ain't over with. I thank everybody for tuning in tonight, because y'all don't have to. Hey, Crystal, how you doing? Thank you for your comment. I highly appreciate it. Oops. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the hold up. This interview will continue. Just be hard, trying to control the theme song sometimes. Okay, she's back. Shout out to my homeboy Hayes.
Yeah, my phone died.
I know your phone won't let us be great. but it's all good.
Well, we still gonna do great, okay?
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. No, but yeah, I was talking about like tonight's topic and everything about, we gotta save ourselves, you know,
Yeah.
because when we going through something like that, we will become so vulnerable. And a lot of us think that, we, because we love everybody and we have a big heart, we think our friends and family like that too. But at the end of the day, we're gonna be disappointed. In some cases, it all depends on your pretty much your support system.
Yeah. And I feel like, yes, that's the big thing. Like when you're going through something, like your support system is the biggest thing that you have. Like literally, like everything that I was going through, I had a great support system. I can honestly say that. I had a great support system, and like I can't thank them enough. Like even when I be in my up days, I just be thinking about ways that I can repay them for what they did for me. And I can't think of no ways, like literally.
Yeah, sometimes it's just by just being you, because when you're genuine and when you're real, you know, real people comes when shit gets real. And I can't tell you enough. The people that I had around me was no good for me. So it helped me open my eyes a lot more
Yeah,
to who was really there for me and who really wasn't. Because
yeah,
it just, when it happened to me, I just couldn't snap out of it. They say I was just in a mode that I felt empty. I felt broken. And I'm always the one that everybody calls for advice and for them to check up on me or whatever. Like, well, everybody call for me to check up on them and be their therapist. So when it was my turn and this and that, no one could reciprocate that. And it left me angry and stuff because I just was kind of was like, damn, it's like that. But I had to realize like nobody owe me shit. You know what I'm saying? So
on God though, like literally on God, because I promise you, like the people, it's crazy. I learned more from the people that weren't there for me than ones that was, because I always trusted that the people that was there for me, they was always there for me. But the people that wasn't there for me, it just was like you just showed me. I already knew, kind of. Like me, I have a good sense. I have a good sense. I can see people for what they are. I trust people for what they are. I do all that shit. Because literally, I had a great support system. The people that weren't there for me, fuck them. I
hmm
don't get no fuck.
that's how I feel now.
Man, what? Because I promise you, when you get to that point, it just be like you don't care no more. You don't give a fuck, and that's how I am.
So the term that things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
So you feel like that had to happen for a reason?
Mhm.
Because
Yep. I notice everything, and so I notice everything happened for a reason. Everything is gonna progress. Everything is gonna do everything for me, and I just know the people who wasn't with me for this shit. I just know what it is. I will never fuck with you again. I will never.
well, I'll tell you that you are a very strong individual. Um, if you haven't heard it, I'm telling you tonight because it takes a lot of courage to be open, on a platform and so we can just really, spread some awareness because um, it just shows that you're not selfish, you know, that you want to bring this into like a wider audience because people be so caught up in certain things that their minds doesn't get challenged in their way of thinking. Because my manager at my job, she told me that I had helped her because she was pretty much was very judgmental at first, and then when she met me, because I went through a lot of back-to-back deaths and everything, but my brother was the one that really messed me up because he was really close to
If
me.
you don't mind me asking, how old was he?
He was 40 years old. He was. It was funny because like we had the same face, but he was a lot darker, shorter than me and stuff like that. And I just will always remember that he was just always jealous because I had got the height and he didn't, because he was 5'7" and everything, and I'm 6'5". So he was just always like
Dang, you 6'5"? I never knew you was that tall.
a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. So yeah, I'm a giant, you know what I'm saying? But he was just always jealous. He was like, "Oh, you think you better than me because you tall? I still will fuck you up." I'm like, "Man, I want to see you try." But I was scared of him. Like he ain't ever put his hands on me because he was way powerful than I was and stuff. But I ain't no easy win. But I'm just glad he never hit me and stuff. We never got to that point that we actually got to like a fist fight.
Fist fight, because I used to fist fight with my sister. We used to fist fight, and I used to tear that ass up every time. Like I did, but the last time me and her fought, I said, "Oh yeah, you learn how to fight now." Like literally, like that was crazy. Like how me and my sister just was. It's crazy because me and her is like hot and cold because I'm like the silent assassin, and she just like so much was out there,
Hmm.
and I wasn't. I just be chilling.
Yeah, it just really just show you that when you lose them, because I always try to tell people that like your mom, your dad, your siblings, your kids, you get every piece from them that makes you. And then when you lose one of them, you lose a part of yourself. So that part that died with them, and just you gotta pretty much just um, re rebuild yourself. It's like you under construction mode, and you gotta
Yeah,
figure out a new you. But sometimes change is good, and change is and elevable, and we can't be the same forever because
yeah,
we forever evolving.
yeah. That's why like my biggest thing is when it comes to life is I say is I used to say I'm trying to find myself, but I feel like is life is not about finding yourself; it's about creating yourself. Sometimes you got to, because everything is going to happen to you. Everything is going to change your dynamics in your life. Everything is going to change your dynamics in your personality. Everything is going to change what you got going on. And so I just feel like, yes, it's not about finding yourself. It's about creating yourself because I'm 27 right now. Like something like losing my sister changed my life in a whole different dynamic. But however, I feel like something can happen to me next week that can change my whole dynamic. And so it's just like it's about creating yourself and knowing what you want to deal with, knowing how you can deal with it, and it's just like it just changed. It just changed you.
So was that okay when you first noticed that you was like changing? Was it scary for you, or was it um, something that was a lot easy to
I
adjust?
feel like it wasn't easy for me to adjust to it because I had to adjust to a whole different life. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, like losing my sister, like I'm just so used to somebody that's always just there. And so it's like it was hard. I can't even lie to you, it was really hard. But I just had to realize is that life is life. Life is gonna throw you curveballs. Life is gonna do this way and do that way. Cause for a second I stopped believing in God. Like I stopped believing in God, and that was very hard for me because I had a very strong connection to God. And I just feel like is if you love me so much, why would you do this to me? Why would you cause this type of pain, type of hurt on me? But I had to realize is that God do everything for a reason. He does everything for a reason. And so like it was hard. Like even right now it's still hard for me. Cause it's gonna be 2 years on the 29th since my sister been gone. But God happened everything for a reason because even like before, like I blamed myself for my sister's death for a long time. Like my sister texted me before she passed away. And so it was hard for me. And everybody wondered why I took so hard because I feel like that was wrong of me. Like I was asleep when my sister was dying. And that's fucked up. But I don't know. I'm just slowly but surely coming to terms with it, just understanding that it's the purpose for everything.
Absolutely. And you know, it wasn't your fault, and and she loves you, and I had no idea it was so fresh, and
Yeah.
it's and I would say because I was the age that you are now when I first lost my brother. When I tell you like that 27-year-old me, I just thought it was over. I just thought that
Yeah.
it was just how how do I go on? Because there's some shit that you can't find in no book or no um pamphlet. You know what I'm saying? It just pretty much like a home remedy kind of.
Hmm.
It's just one day you are able to wake up and the tears will stop every day, but you will be able to feel it on the anniversaries of their birthdays or they day that they died and holidays and stuff. 'Cause,
Yeah.
but it just, but you really begin to realize that they never left
Yeah.
and they watching. Because my address is my brother's birthday, so I kind of felt like he was there when I moved in. That's why I can't leave here because I just kind of felt
Yeah.
like it was a sign, you know, in a sense.
Yeah. And I understand that because literally I catch because my sister's birthday is on 11/11. It's on November 11th. So it's like that's the lucky day. And so I catch it every time that I can. And I try to play. I try to play the numbers. I don't even play the numbers. I be playing the numbers for her date, and stuff like that. But I just had to realize is that my sister is with me. Cause like even like on my birthday, I went to the gravesite and I took a picture, and it was like a little glare on my foot. Like literally just a glare on my foot. Like if somebody go to my profile picture, they'll be able to see. Like it was a glare on my foot. And I feel like that was my sister like letting me know that she is with me. I don't have to stress. I don't have to go through none of the stuff that I was going through because like I literally lost my mind. But it's like before my sister even passed, like I knew I had something. I ain't gonna say wrong with me, but I had something that was going on inside of me that went right. So when my sister passed away, it just took a whole different toll over me. Like that stuff was crazy. Like even with me, like I tried to like talk to my friends and stuff because I got diagnosed with bipolar not too long ago. And I knew that I was bipolar, but I had been going to so many different people and they kept telling me I wasn't bipolar, but I knew that I was
Mm-hmm.
because it just was so much mood swings and so many things that I had going on, and I just knew that something was wrong with me. And literally, when they told me, I just cried tears of joy. Like I can't even lie to you, I cried tears of joy. I cried because I feel like kids in the black community, we don't take mental health issues serious.
No.
Like, no, we don't because they be like, you'll be okay. You just going through this and you going through that, and but no, it is very serious. And so, like, with me is I want to talk about it. I want to be about it. You know, I want to touch people that think that they can't talk to nobody. Cause like when you're going through something in your head, you sometimes you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to deal with it. You just want to like, okay, I'll get better, and it's not gonna be like that.
So do you see a therapist?
Yeah, I see a psychiatrist and I see a therapist.
Yeah. And to me, shoot, going to my therapist and just sitting down with somebody, that felt so good because it just was a lot that I was juggling too. Because I still had to keep the lights on. I still had to keep the food in the house and stuff like that. Because at the time I was staying with my parents and
Mm-hmm.
just watching my mom just almost self-destruct because she was taking her frustrations out on me a lot. And as much as I wanted to be there for her, I realized that it was unhealthy for me, her, and my father to be under the same roof. So I had to go. I had to bounce, you know what I'm saying? But it was it showed me a lot. It showed me that it could have been me. And I didn't want to pretty much go out like that. I wanted so just pretty much every day I always try to make sure that I better myself. So when I do take my last breath, that it won't be no regrets. I can just
Yeah.
go peacefully and just want to make sure that everybody get a chance to know my story because there's so many people that we lose in our city who never get a chance to really tell their story. And
Yeah.
and I just think that it's important that we knock down on barriers that we build like the walls because we so quick to not trust anybody. We so quick to think that people going to pass judgment because we're being human and it's okay to be human. You know, it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to cry. It's okay to admit that I am struggling. I need help. I need a hug. You know what I'm saying? So, and I just, giving everybody who always come on my show, even when it's not anything bothering them, but I'm just a hugger anyway. I've always been like that. I'm like a big teddy bear and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That you win
that's
at
the
the
same. So
fair.
I'm a big hugger, and I'm an emotional person. And so every time somebody is going through something, I always try to be there for somebody. And so, like, all the emotional support that I have been getting from people, I'm not going to say it's surprising, but it's like the people in my life are very great. Like, I can't even lie to you. The people that are in my life are very great. I have a great friends. I have a great parents. I have a great, everything. And so it's just like coming up, it's like I'm not gonna say it was bad or it was hard, but it just molded me to the person that I am. Like it literally had molded me to the person because I feel like I've been so strong. I am a very strong person. Like no matter what it is, I am very strong. Like I have a strong personality. Like I have very strong things. And so, like, the people that stuck with me, even when I cussed their ass out, like, even when like, literally, I didn't, like, when I was going through my shit, I didn't cuss my friends out. I didn't fought them. I didn't did everything. Like, when my sister passed away, like, it was really bad. It was really bad. But everybody has stuck with me, and everybody has done everything with me, and I just appreciate it. And I feel like it is when you're going through something, you need a good support system.
Yeah, I can relate because I pretty much just like now that I can reflect on it, I treated some good people bad because I was hurt. I was hurt. I was
Yeah,
hurt because it was just like, damn, like, I work, I come home, I pay my taxes, and I do everything that a law-abiding citizen does, but yet I have so much tragedy in my life, and I didn't understand it. I seen people, sell drugs to pregnant women and rob people and shoot at people and all this other stuff, and it seemed like they prospering while I'm suffering. So it was a time that I didn't believe in God. It was a time that I was mad at God, and I had to, just really have like a talk with Him and just really realize
yeah,
like, why me? And I feel like if I didn't go through that, all those different situations, then it would have not been the 1804 show. I would have missed out on the things that I was able to witness if none of that would have happened to me. So I had to,
yeah,
what I'm saying, be humble and thank God for that because it just made me realize that, I have a purpose. And
yeah,
and
mm,
I
yeah.
guess he was
I feel
I
that.
guess he was just like building us up, you know what I'm saying? But like mainly just like building me up in order for me to, have credibility. Because people don't listen to people unless they've been through something. So
Yeah, yeah. Because one of my biggest things I had to like hurdle was one of my cousins. She just got killed like a week and a half ago, and and like my cousin, she had reached out to me. She like I joined the club that I didn't want to join, and she was saying like the losing somebody's sibling club, and literally like that affected me because I know that I lost my sibling, And I know when she went through it, it was hard for her. And I just tried to be there. Like, I literally, I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't never drove the highway ever a day in my life. I drove that highway. I drove down to Indiana. I drove 4 hours away by myself because my cousin needed me. Because I know how it feels to lose a sibling. I know how that feels. And I know that hurt and that pain. And I know all that. And I feel like, yeah, my biggest purpose in this life is to just be there for people. Like, I feel like it's to be there for people so they can understand me or speak out. Like, that's why I can't wait to reach out to at-risk youth and just, like, tell them you're not alone and it's okay. That is okay to feel the way you're feeling, but you got to get through it. Because for a while, I just, I didn't want to be here. Like, on some real shit. I didn't want to be here. I just, I blanked out. And it's just because I feel like did nobody understand me. Like, I feel like me going through having to battle with being bipolar, then on top of losing my sister, like it was hard for me. But I feel like the way I'm looking at my life now is it's a reason why I'm here. And I don't care what the reason is. I don't care if I touch one person, two people, three people, or if I touch only one. As long as I reach somebody and I touch them and they feel what I'm going through, or they feel what happened to me, or they feel like they can come to me, or anything. Like, I will feel that and I will feel better about myself.
Hmm. And you're doing a good job. I'll tell you that. It's not a lot of people who have that urge to be there for people. Because I'm not gonna lie, like the stuff that people said to me during my lowest point, um, I have a hard time forgiving people,
Yeah,
especially when they're adults, because adults know what they're doing. They just don't care, or it's like they never was your friend to begin with. So, people, prey on the weak so that when they think you're weak, that's when you'll get the truth from them. And I was grateful for the insults and the comments that I heard in front of my face and behind my back. And that allowed me to take a step back and just analyze if was they worth keeping in my life. And it was like a lot of people that I needed to let go. And there's a lot of people that I used to kick it with that I miss. I have memories pop up or a song play on the radio that they like and we vibe
yeah,
together. But it's just certain chapters has to be closed to create new ones.
yeah. And that's crazy that you say that is because my dad just had told me, like I told him about something that I was going through, and he said, "You gotta let it go. You gotta let them go. You just," and this is one of my favorite people in the whole entire world. But my dad said, "You gotta let that go. You literally do. You can have all your memories, you can have all that, but you gotta let it go." And I took it so serious just because my dad has a forgiving heart. So for my dad to say that, I just know that I gotta let certain stuff go. I gotta let certain. I feel like the journey I am in my life, it's gonna be a lot of people I'm gonna have to let go. It literally is, but it hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you. This shit hurt, but I don't have a choice. It's time for me to elevate. It's time for me to progress. It's time for me to come up here instead of being down here. Yeah, it hurt, but I'll be all right.
Yeah. And I learned it's better for it to hurt, for it to be excruciating. Sometimes it's necessary because
Yeah,
certain people will hold you back. You know, and I learned just this quote that I wrote down, and this guy pretty much was like, the people that you hang with won't let you be you. You gotta be you. Sometimes the people that we love and we be around will hold you back because you're doing you. They don't understand you. You gotta be you at all times because certain people will only embrace a certain side of you that they're comfortable with, but if they not used to the side that will make you vulnerable, or your sensitive side, they will get you know and become nonchalant because they don't know how to respond to that because they haven't
yeah,
experienced that. I would say that a lot of our people struggling with trauma, and it's a particular trauma that is pretty much like silent, and we have to undo that because a lot of times, well, I would say from my experience, like my parents didn't know how to love me like the way that I needed it or that I attended because it was never really no affection like that, like nurturing like that. So I was thankful for my older sister who was able to give me hugs and kisses and all that stuff because it showed me that I was loved by somebody. And even though we older
yeah,
now, she still plays that motherly role with me. And I tell her like, I'm 33 now, I'm grown, what I'm saying? Like chill out, she just be trying to run my life still and but I appreciated that, I still appreciate that because it's nice to have somebody who cares, who want or have their best interests, your interests at heart. So
yeah. That really is good to have. Like, I don't know, because I still go through my phases where I feel like that nobody understands me. And it's like, this is the first time I have ever opened up about me being bipolar, stuff like that. And, like, I just feel like my parents didn't understand, everybody didn't understand me. But it came to the point of my life is it's not about nobody understanding me. And I just feel like I ain't gonna say is I built a wall, but I built a wall
hmm
up against me. When I found out I was bipolar, I didn't want nobody to judge me. I didn't want nobody to feel no type of way about being around me because black people, we don't take it serious. We literally do not take it serious about anything about mental health. Like, I ain't gonna say anybody, but a majority. Like, people don't take it serious, and they don't. So I didn't want nobody to judge me. I didn't want nobody to feel no type of way about me, and I didn't. But however, I feel like is I can help somebody. I can help that person that feel like they can't tell nobody. I feel like is I can help that person that feel like they don't want to tell their family because they feel like they're gonna judge them and do all that. But I honestly, in my life, I feel like is I'm still here. I'm still here because, like, I've had multiple suicide attempts. I done had a lot go on with me, and so I feel like I'm here for a reason.
Yeah, you are. Just don't allow your bipolar disorder to define you. It's just something that you have, but that's not who you are. It's just a it's just a flaw, and we all have them. But
And I feel like it's not even a flaw. It's just something that happened to come with me.
yeah,
Right. That's just something that just happened to come with me. I'm bipolar, that's fine. And I have to deal with it. I have to live my life with no questions asked. I gotta just live my life.
yeah, and you have a long way to go. you know, so because I was your age 6 years ago, and when I tell you that, it just seemed like it just happened so fast. But while in the midst of it, it was like hell. But now, when I'm at peace with everything, it just feels like it just happened so fast. And I always just every day, I just want to make up for
Yeah.
the time I wasted being in our dark place and just make sure I help people. Make sure that, I go hard every day because, I haven't worked so hard in my life
Yeah.
and been committed to something because usually I'd be like, man, this is too hard. I can't do this. This is too much responsibility for one man to have. But I just feel like that I'm needed because so many people wants to be on my platform and so many people just want to get stuff off their chest and they come to me, and to me, I feel like, why me? You can talk to other people, but it's just like, you just have a way with people. And it was just once upon a time, I just pretty much started to open up. Like I was always quiet, I was shy, I barely was vocal at all. So when I see people like that I haven't saw years ago, they're like, man, you talk a lot now. Like you never talked back in school. And I was just like,
Man.
it's just funny to me, but it's
Yeah.
just life.
Yeah. It's just let's just be like because back in the day, you couldn't pay me to. I was an introvert, like real bad. Like I never talked to nobody like that besides like the people that I was close with. So yeah, but now I just feel like it's time for me to open up my mouth and be vocal and just be able to help somebody. You know?
Well, I believe you helping a lot of people tonight.
Yeah. I just hope that I am.
And things are going to get better. Just I can't tell you when it's going to take effect, but you already spoke it into existence, and you are going to really look back and just really be like, dang, I overcame so much because nothing is really meant to destroy us. It's only meant to take us to the pinnacle that we are meant to do. And
Yeah. Because I know for, it's crazy. I just told my friend this today. I was like, I know for a fact I'm destined to be great. Like, I literally am destined to be great. And when I say great, I mean touching somebody, being there for somebody, and somebody's going to hear me. Like, even me being on this live right now, like, I know somebody is going to be able to hear me.
Yeah, trust me, I'm hearing you now, and I'm just absorbing everything that you're saying because um, grief, it's really different from a woman and a man's, grief, because we have been programmed to just be strong and take whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was tough because I didn't have long to really process it because I had to go back to work 2.5 weeks after losing my brother. So work was scary to me because I work at a hospital. So
Yeah.
as soon as I walk in into like the back entrance, it's the morgue. So I would have to hurry up and run into the kitchen, and I just have to do my best to avoid looking at that because I would like be terrified, and I would just have to like either go to the come from the front. I couldn't go to the back entrance for a while, and it was like crazy to me. It was horrific, but I was able to face my fears, and me being my height and my size and everything, people ain't think I could be afraid of anything, and I was afraid. Not as much anymore. The only thing I'm afraid of um, is having somebody who's out to get me around me. You know, the wrong people around me.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
And I
afraid
swear
of.
to God, you hit it right on the nose. You hit it right on the nose. That's my biggest fear too, is because I didn't deal with so many fake friends. I didn't deal with so many. I don't like that because I want the type of people where I'll tell you about yourself. And I'll tell you about yourself quick, fast, and a motherfucking hurry. If you move wrong, I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you about your motherfucking self.
Yeah.
So my biggest thing is just having somebody around me that's not moving with the same intentions as me. And I don't like that.
Yeah, that's just it's just to me. I feel if somebody don't want to be around you, then I feel like they just should just remove themselves. But people make it so difficult
That
when it don't have to be.
yeah, it don't. I feel like some people want to be in your business. They just want to be around you just because what you come with, and it's annoying as fuck. Cause I don't even play like that. Cause I'm quick to fight. So it just be like with me is just getting my mood together, getting my mood together, and understanding that everybody is not built like me. Everybody is not don't think the way I think. Everybody don't move the way I move. And that's I'm not gonna say that's hard for me, but it's very hard for me because it's like certain stuff that been going on in my life that I couldn't believe people would do, but then other people like I can't believe you felt like they wouldn't do that to you, and I'd be like, damn, I just thought you would move the way I move, you know, and
Hmm.
that should just be fucked up.
Yeah, and a lot of people operate on a low frequency too. It just you have because pretty much you become who you hang with. So if you hang around people with zero ambitions, zero goals, zero vision, then you go become their fifth person. But if you hang around people with some dreams and aspirations and they doing something, then they got to put you in position to do something. Because I was grateful for my homeboys, Red Lee and Mark Nels, because they do that closing line, and I was just telling them that I wanted to do something like this, and my homeboy, Mark, he paid for my equipment, and I told him get out the way. I got this, you know, and they was just like, man, you came up fast and everything. I said, yeah, I told y'all get out the way. I got this now, and I was grateful for that because those are my real friends. And I had prayed every night for real friends, and the people that was with me and stuck by me and everything through the midst of it all. Cause I used to just call some of my homeboys and shit like at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, just crying and shit, and they have to be at work at 5. But uh, they never sent me the voicemail. They talked with me until I calmed down, and some of them even came over because I wouldn't sleep. I would have nightmares and stuff, and a couple of my female friends would come over and stuff to watch me and stuff because I would just like wake up screaming. It was just crazy, a crazy time.
Yeah, you sound like me. Shit. Shit, you sound like me. But shit, like, but like you saying though, you had good friends, you had good support system, you had a good all that. And I feel like that's key. That's key to keep you going.
Absolutely. And even after this interview, anytime you need to talk, I'm here for you because I don't like to just interview people and don't talk to them again. I always want to just, try to do updates and follow ups and just, reach out, you know,
Yeah.
because,
And I appreciate that. Like that's some real shit.
yeah, just when you wasn't really given empathy like that, you really appreciate the whole term of that because, we don't have to be there for everybody, but when you want to be there for people because it's the right thing to do and you love them and you wish nothing but the best for them, then it's necessary. And the ones that don't, then you know what to do after that.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, it's like um, people would allow, people would do what you allow,
Yeah.
and you better than that, you know. And what plans you have for the future?
I feel like my biggest plan for the future is progressing and just being there for somebody. I feel like that's my biggest thing is being there for somebody. And I feel like is I wanted to be a younger person who feel like they lost and I feel like they ain't got nowhere to go. Feel like all this, like the way I feel, well, the way I felt. Because before I got diagnosed, I just felt so alone. I felt so alone. But I feel like is my goal is to be there for somebody. Cause like I'm a CNA, then I'm a dialysis tech. So I feel like it's my whole purpose in life is to be there for somebody. That's what I've been doing. And I just hope I touch somebody today.
Oh, you have, we've been getting comments, and after this episode wraps up, I believe they still going to be there, but you really have made an impact tonight, and it just means a lot, knowing that you didn't know me from a can of paint, and that you trusted me to conduct this interview with you, because I don't know if anybody else ever done something like this for you, or vice versa. But I really appreciate that you came on my platform and opened up.
Yeah. And I thought you were a great host.
Oh, you gonna make me don't gas me up now. I do my best. It was because I was terrible the first episode, so I guess it's just it's all natural now. But
Man, what you did a great job, because I ain't never did no shit like this. So you opened me up. Shit. You did a great job, though.
Oh, thank you. I just I just look at it like we gotta be here. We gotta be here for each other, because ain't nobody gonna look out for us but us. Our people and stuff, and we gotta get it into that mindset, because it's just a lot of angry individuals around, and don't care about nobody but themselves. And I never been like that, especially if somebody went through something so traumatic and so painful. I always want to try to help people, but also um, get it into the public and show people that we ain't all savages. Like, we've been through some shit. So before you judge me, this is what I've been through and stuff, and you can go back and watch it. So I just really admire that you still, you still seeking a greater purpose from that situation, because
Yeah.
it's not easy. Because I believe that's why so many homeless people out here, because they never was able to get certain things out of their mind and out of their head, and because they haven't always been homeless. Shoot, sometimes it just be mental instead of financial.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I just wanted to tell you I thank you for coming on here, and I wish I had more time, but everything about to die over here. From my phone, from my laptop, all type of stuff. But I'm gonna make sure I keep in touch with you, and if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't want to overstep your boundaries, you know what I'm saying? But
Nah, you good.
but I'm gonna have this on YouTube. So when I put it on YouTube, I'm gonna make sure I send you the link so you can share it with
Okay.
your peoples and stuff like that. You
Yeah, I'm gonna share it. So.
Okay, well, I just want to say thank you for coming, and you have yourself a wonderful night.
All right, thanks. You do the same.
All right, bye.